this point, we are considered as done with this visual. So we want to create another visuals actually. Okay, another visuals. So this one, I'm going to minimize it. Okay, right. So deselect. Okay, make sure these visuals are not, is not selected. Okay, make sure there's no square or line around it actually. Okay, you see, this one is selected. This one is deselect. Okay, why we need to deselect? Because when you choose another visual, so example tree map here, it will just add another one instead. Okay, you see, if I actually have this visual still selected and I actually click another visuals, you see what happened? We don't want that. Okay, we don't want that actually. So that's why make sure it's deselected and then only select on tree map. Okay, on tree map. So this one is actually 43. Okay, 43. Okay, and then after that, we are going to get the data for this particular visual. So which data? Step 49, we need to go to manufacturer and select manufacturer field, not the group, manufacturer field, which is this one, right? Okay, that's the first one. Okay, and then we need to add another, okay, another data. Okay, right? And then another one is actually revenue. Okay, revenue. So you go to sales. Okay, you go to sales and then put a check against next to revenue. Then you will have something like this. So I'm going to move it to this side. Okay, so I'm going to resize it so it will be better. Okay, something like this. So this is what we call tree map. And if you look at here, okay, by default, okay, whenever you add data to the visuals, it will actually generate so-called the title for your visual. So if you look at here, the one that we just created, it says here sum of revenue by manufacturer. Of course, you can customize the name lah. Okay, of course, you can customize the names. You see, if you go to format, okay, you search for title. Okay, you see, this is where you can change the title of your visuals. But at this point, no need to change it. Just leave it there. Okay, but this one just to show you, you can actually change the title from the format, your visual tab here. Okay, right. So now we have two visuals. The first one is called sum of revenue, okay, by country and manufacturer groups. And this one is sum of revenue by manufacturer. Two different visuals. Okay, did you guys get the same as mine here? All right, good. Excellent. Okay, so now let's move on to step 51. Okay, good job. Okay, step 51. Within the tree map visual, select one as del. Okay, which one? The biggest square area, the biggest, the largest area here. Okay, click on it. And then you see here, when you actually select that one as del and then the other, okay, visuals also updated. So you might want to make it bigger, okay, to see the update actually. Let me just resize. Okay. So now if you want to do once again or deselect, you just click on one Astel once again. Now it becomes to the original one. So when you click one Astel, okay, this one will be updated and you see here it's only highlight the data or in this case the revenue for one Astel, which is in my case is the orange color area. Okay, the orange color column here. Okay, so if I click once again, so-called like reset, and then if I actually select Natura instead, this one, you see, because Natura here is actually belongs to top competitors, if you remember. So that's why, okay, this area, okay, in this dark blue column, which belongs to top competitors group, is actually highlighted. Okay, so now let's click back one Asta. Okay, right. So this one is actually to confirm that this is really one asset. And then this is actually to show you that these two visuals are synced. When you select one ASDEL on this tree map, it should only highlight the data for one ASDEL in the other visuals. Okay, that's very important. Okay, right. And then deselect it. Okay, deselect it. Okay, now we are going to move on to step 53. Okay, we're going to try to apply some filters. Okay, we try to apply some filters. In this case, in this time for this tree map. Okay, so 53, ensure that the tree map visual is still selected. Okay, so this is how you know it's still selected. Okay, from the data pane, drag and drop manufacturer groups from the manufacturer table to the filters on this page. Okay, this one and then drag and drop here. This one, make sure filters on this page, right? Like that. Okay, so when you put it filters on this page, means this filter later on will work with all visuals on this page. Okay, previously we only add this filter for a particular visuals, only one. Now when you put it on this page section or area, okay, whatever you do here will apply to all visuals in that particular page. All right. Okay, now what you need to do, step 54, select both top competitors and one as Dell. Okay, so select this one and select this one. So what you're seeing here is actually only the data for two groups, top competitors and one as Dell. So if you look at here, you should have 5 manufacturers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the other 4 here belongs to top competitors. Did you get something similar? Okay, this is how you can quickly, okay, focus, okay, your data to a particular, okay, part of your report or your data actually. So in this case, remember, we just want to focus, okay, one is one company or manufacturer, Van Asdel, and next is actually the top 5 manufacturer sales actually, okay. Right, so now, okay, we're going to add another visuals, okay, right, that will actually use different type of visual to show time-based pattern, something like that, okay. Right, so I'm going to resize this one first to make it smaller. Okay, hold on, give me a second. Let me just resize it. This one also, I resize it. Okay, right. Okay, and then after that, make sure nothing is selected. Nothing is selected. Okay, next, step 56, select the checkbox to the date in the sales field. This one, select. Okay, by default, because this is text, okay, date, okay, by default, it will come out like a table, okay, like a table. Okay, right? And then you see here in your data pane, if you look here, you have like a arrow next to the column. It is actually a hierarchy. Okay, this one is actually done automatically by Power BI by default. Okay, but you can change the behavior actually. Okay, so if you expand, then you will see the date hierarchy here. Okay, if you expand further, you can see year, quarter, month, and day, and you can actually see here as well. Okay, so this is date hierarchy. Okay, right? So this particular configuration can be turned on and off. Okay, if you don't have the hierarchy, okay, you can turn it on if you want to use it. If you don't want to use it, you can turn it off. Okay, let me just quickly show you where you can change it. I know the instruction in the page as well, but just to quickly show you, file. Okay, remember this morning we go to options and settings. Okay, and then options. Okay, so it's still loading. All right, here under current file, okay, data load, this one under time intelligence. If you can see here, mine is tick. It's enable. If you want to disable it, you can untick it, click OK. Okay, you don't have to do this actually, right? You see now it's actually, okay, don't have any hierarchy. Okay, and you see here, mine is actually the value also different. Okay, right? Okay, so I'm going to turn it on back. So I'm going to options and setting, options, still loading, still loading. Okay, so go to data load under current file and then enable auto data. Okay, so click OK and then it's back. Okay, right. So let's move on to step. Okay, let me just put it back here. Right, there you go. Okay, now let's move on to step 57. We need to add revenue. Okay, we need to add revenue. Make sure this one's still selected. Select revenue. Okay, and this is what you're going to see actually. Okay, this is what you're going to see. Okay, right. Okay, so next, okay, we're going to change, okay, the visual type. We don't want to use table. We want to use clustered column chart. Okay, so clustered column chart. This one. Oh, sorry, this one. Okay, so make sure it's selected and then select this one. Okay, so I'm gonna make it bigger. Okay, so this is what we have, and then you look at the title. This is sum of revenue by year. Previously, we have sum of revenue by manufacturer. Now it's actually sum of revenue by year. You see, same data, but you can actually display it differently depending on what you want to communicate, okay, to your stakeholders or viewers actually. Okay, and then here still sum of revenue, but this time by country and manufacturer groups. Okay, still talking about revenue here. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, number 59. Okay, number 59. Okay, select the sum of revenue by country and manufacturer. Okay, click on this one. Okay, to select it. Click on this one to select it. Okay, and remove manufacturer groups from the legend. Go here and then remove. Okay, so now if you look at here, you only see sum of revenue by country, no longer manufacturer. Because manufacturer, you can actually view it from these visuals now. Okay, from these visuals now. Okay, right. And then after that, step 60, select Van Asdel. Click on this one. And then you see what happened to the other visuals. Okay, so you actually can see here, okay, when you do the revenue, okay, by country or by year, you can see Van Asdel is the major contributor. Okay, major contributor. And the pattern, you look at the pattern here, is actually increasing over the years. That's how you can see the pattern actually of your data. Okay, right? So number 61, okay, hold the control key, okay, and select Australia within the sum of revenue by country. Okay, control key and then select Australia. So what you're doing here, you want to see the sales, okay, or revenue by this company, manufacturer got one as well, but you only want to focus in Australia. Okay, just now you see the sales, okay, for all countries over the years, okay, but now you just want to focus in Australia. Okay, and you can see here, okay, based on the highlighted area, Van Asdel actually, okay, contributed to almost 50% or maybe more actually, okay, of the total, okay, revenue in Australia, okay, compared to other four, okay, manufacturers. Okay, and you can see the trends also increasing over the years. Okay, if you look at this description, said there's a spike in 2021 actually. Okay, everybody got the same thing, right? Okay, good. Now let's move on. Okay, 62. Okay, hover over, okay, right? The sum of revenue by year visuals. This one, eh? Okay, when you mouse over or hover, okay, you can see there's a few items, okay, at the top of your visuals. Okay, and then it asks us to select the arrow down. This one is called drill down. Okay, and then when you click, you will see it's highlighted. Okay, right. Next, we want to try out what is actually the purpose of this one actually. Okay, so now, okay, drill down, eh? Okay, so this one to enable the drill down capability. Okay, next step 63, select the 2021 column within the sum of revenue by year. Okay, this is only work with hierarchical data. So it's very important to ensure, okay, the date, okay, column just now has hierarchy. If you don't have, this may not work actually, because this one, okay, this drill down is only work with hierarchical data. So you see, I'm going to click 2021 and you see what happened? Now it's actually, okay, get into or drill down to quarter in 2021 year. Okay, right? And this one, you can actually see which quarter, okay, that has the highest revenue. And in this area, in this particular report at this page, okay, it's actually for Van Astel in Australia. And you can see here, it's actually quarter 4. And maybe you want to see within quarter 4 is October, November, December, right? So you might want to see which month. So you can click on this one and then you see which month. Okay. It seems like October. Okay. The spike in October. Okay. Spike in October instead actually. Okay. Right. So this is actually what you can do with drill down. And remember, drill down is only working with hierarchical data. So if it's not hierarchical, it won't work. Okay. So now let's go up once again. Go back to year. I want to try another thing actually. Okay. I want you to try another thing. Okay. So now you're back to year. Make sure this one is here. Okay. So when you click on year 2021, and you see here, the title is also updated. So let's go back to year, drill up. And then this time you select this one actually. Okay, these two arrow going down. And let's see what happened. This is one thing. Okay, same like when you click a particular ear just now. Right, so let's go back up once again. This time you try with this arrow. Okay, you see this and this. Okay, you try to click this one. Expand all down one level in the hierarchy. And then see what happened to your visuals. Okay, just now it only drill down to one year. This time it will actually do for all years actually. And if you click on this uh spike arrow, I think they call it, then you will see the month, okay, and quarter for each year. But it's going to be too crowded then. But this one just to show you what you can do actually with this drill down. Okay, so we're going to go back up. Okay, and then that's it. Everybody get to explore that one. Okay, right. So this one you can
Asma, can we
explore.
go a bit slow? It's like by the time we're looking at something, we're going to the next step. I'm just trying to
Ah,
explore. Little bit,
okay.
maybe like a pace a little bit.
I'll try. I'll try. Okay,
Thank you, Asma.
but
I know the
remember,
time.
yes.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm
Yeah.
worried we don't get to finish at least up until lap three. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
Thank
all
you.
right,
Yeah.
okay, right. Okay, so now, wait, let me just check. Okay, right. So now, they actually ask us to go. Okay, and then okay. So if you look at step 68. Wait, okay, wait, let me just do this one first. Okay, step 68. Okay, now let's expand one more time to the month level. Okay, select the split arrow icon for the sum of revenue by year and quarter visual again. Okay, and this one will drill down to month. Okay, so I think we just click on this one. Okay, and one more time, and then you will see. Okay, it's actually displayed this one. So if you finish up to step 68, this would be the visuals. Okay, and you can actually see, okay, usually when you are doing reports or data analytics, okay, or data science, you just want to see the pattern or the trend. Okay, and then you can see here in some months it's not doing well, some months it's doing very well. So you might want to find out which month's doing well so that you can actually plan for future. Okay, remember data science, data analytics is always about okay making prediction. Okay, so you can actually base that prediction on this information actually. Okay, on this information. Can this drill down also be used if the report has been published? Definitely yes. Okay, if it's already published to your Power BI service, okay, and you can still use this drill down options actually. You can still do it. Okay, you can still perform it actually. Okay, so this is actually one way for your viewers or your stakeholders to have some kind of interactivity with your reports and dashboard actually, especially with your visuals. Okay, it still can be used actually. It still can be performed after you have published your reports actually. Okay. Can we do regression on the month visual? Wow, regression, eh? Right. Okay, can we do regression on the month visual? Okay, I think the one that you're looking for is actually to do the analysis part. Okay, you can actually, so it will be this one. Okay, means that you want to project. Okay, if let's say for future, right? Okay, you want to do some projection. Okay, if that's the case, yes, can this one. This will be the feature. Okay, right? So this is why you can actually configure it, but it's not be going to be covered here in this class. Okay, but it can be done. Okay, can be done because remember Power BI also have AI, so it can be done actually. Okay, right. So far so good. Okay. So far, so good. Great job. Okay. Now we're going to move on to page 27. Okay, Power BI desktop data exploration continued. Okay. Right. So 69. Okay, I'm gonna resize this one first. I'm gonna resize this one first. Okay. Right. Okay. So 69. start by ensuring there are no filtered or highlighted values. So let's deselect this one. So it will become like this. Okay, right? Okay. So to ensure no values are currently selected in your report visual, select the blank space, okay, right, of the sum of revenue by country, okay, which done. Okay, so basically it actually asks you to deselect everything. That's but basically what's the step means actually, okay. Now let's look at
Sorry, I
step.
lost you. Where to deselect? Yeah.
Just now this one is selected and this one is also selected, I think. Right?
Yeah.
So to deselect, you just select that one again, just like that.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now step 70. Okay. We need to select manufacturer field in the manufacturer table. So first, make sure no visuals are selected. Okay. So to make sure, click. Okay. Alamak. Okay. Sorry. I accidentally add this one. Okay. Just deselect, click once only. Right. Make sure nothing is selected. Then go to manufacturer table and select manufacturer column. Okay, again, by default, it will be displayed as table. Okay, as table. Okay, but we don't want to use table, we want to use slicer. Okay, right. So which one is slicer? If you look at the visualization screen here, okay, if you mouse over third row from the bottom, second one from the left, this is slicer. Okay, click on it, then you will see this one become slicer. Okay, it looks like a filter. So I'm going to resize it a bit. Okay, just like that. Okay, and this is what we call list slicer. Okay, so to use a slicer or to prepare a slicer is actually allowing you to do filtering on the report page itself. So you see here, if I select Aliki, you see what happened? Okay, if I select this one, okay, the visuals will be updated. Okay, so this is the purpose of slicer. Okay, so instead of using filter pane, okay, you can actually add slicer on the page report itself so that your user can make their own selection actually to interact with your report. Okay, right? So cute. Okay, right. So now 72. Okay, 72. This one done. Okay, so we want to actually change, okay, the slicer. Okay, this is the list, right? We can actually use what we call tiles or drop down. Okay, how to change the slice setting? So again, make sure this one is selected. We're gonna go to format. Okay, we're gonna go to format. Okay, and then you look for slicer settings, expanded. Okay, and then under option, you can see style here. So you select on the drop down. Okay, you have vertically style and drop down. So you select drop down. Now it will become like this. Okay, it will become like this. Okay, and you click on the arrow. Okay, and you select Van Astel. Right, everybody can do that. Okay. Right. So you see here, right? So you see here, sometimes this is extra, case extra. Okay, so you see here, sometimes, okay, let's say at the moment, you can only do one selection. Okay, you can only do one selection. Sometimes you want to allow your user, your viewer to make more than one selection, or maybe you want to select all. Okay, so to do that, but you don't have to do it here. Okay, to do that, you select your slicer once again, go to the format, okay, and then slicer setting, and then this time you go to selection. Okay, can you see here multi-select? Okay, right. So you can actually do multi-select by pressing Control key, or you want to do select all, you can turn this one on actually. Okay, right? This one. So if you slide this one on, you can see select all here. Okay, but you don't have to do that now. Okay, you don't have that style. Oh, that one is orientation. You see, the one you're looking for orientation is different. That one is orientation. Okay, so it's actually should be style. Okay, if you can't find it, okay, you can type here in the search box, look for style. See whether you can find it or not. It should be style because the one that you screenshot is actually orientation. I think it's different. Okay. So maybe you're using different version of Power BI then. Okay. But the one that we're looking for is actually style, not orientation. I think that one is different. Okay. Right. So at this point, okay, at up until step 75, okay, step 75, okay, what we did earlier, if you don't have, then it's okay, right? It's okay. You can just use the list actually. Okay, you can just use that list, no problem. Okay, just make sure what Astel is still selected. Okay, that's the most important thing. So I'm going to resize this one as well. Okay, to make it smaller. Okay, to make it smaller. Okay, right? And then after that, don't worry if you're still using list, not a problem. Okay, right? So now let's move on to step 76. Confirm, okay, top competitors and Van Astel are still selected in the manufacturer groups filter in the first and in the filter pane. Okay, you see it's still selected. Okay, no need to do anything. Okay, no need to do anything. Okay, right? So I think I forgot to do some steps actually. Okay, right? So now, okay, we need to select Australia. I forgot to do step number 72. Sorry. Okay, so now it's actually displaying data for Van Astel for Australia. Okay, and these are all the data for Van Astel in Australia as well. So now we will have something similar in your document actually on page 28. On page 28. Okay. Right, so far so good. Now we have completed step 77. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so if you don't get drop down, it's totally fine. In fact, the final report later on, we're going to again change the style for this one actually. So don't worry. Okay, this one just to show you, you can change the configuration for the slicer actually. And here just to show you where you can do that. Okay, where you can do it actually. Okay, right. So let me just see. Lab 2. Okay, now let's move on to step 77. Okay, we want to add a cut visual. Cut visual. Okay, so sometimes you want to highlight certain information, like example, okay, the total revenue means you want to show the number because at this point you can't see the number, the figure. Some people they want to see the number first, okay, whether they're making money or not. Okay, so we want to do that. Okay, so now we deselect, okay, 77, First, deselect Australia column. Okay, how to deselect? Click on Australia column once again. That's how you deselect. Okay, right? And then step number 78. Okay, next select the sum of the revenue manufacturer visuals. Select this one. Okay, from the visualization pane, okay, select the cut visual. Okay, make sure this one is selected. And then you go to visualization pane and this is cut. Click on it. Okay, so now I'm gonna resize it. Okay, I'm also gonna put my slicer next to it. Okay, so that I will have another area that I can work on actually. Okay, so now you will see the total sales is actually for Van Astel, right? Is 1.28 billion. Everybody got something similar? Something different, sorry. Okay, good. Right? Okay. Right, good, excellent. Okay, now, okay, right. So that's basically up to that step actually. Okay, you see, the cut visual gives us the sum of revenue as we filter and cross filter the visual. So you see, this is the total revenue for this manufacturer. Okay, for this manufacturer for all country and for all years. So if you select one country here, let's say Australia, this one will be updated. Okay. And if let's say I want to drill up back to year, okay, let me just put that and I want to disable this one, okay, so that I can actually select one particular year because here is the total for all year from 2014 to 2021. So let's say I want to look at the latest data. Okay, you see, this is the total for this year actually. So it's still doing drill down because I haven't disabled this one. Okay. So let's just press Control and then select 2021 and then you see the total for that year. Okay. Right. Just to show you actually. Okay, but we're just going to deselect it so that we can see the total for all countries, okay, and for all years for this manufacturer. Okay, so far so good. Okay, right. Now we are going to move on. Page 30 now. Page 30. Notice that all key dimensions are in tables with related attributes except for the date. Okay, except for the date. For example, product attributes are in product table, manufacturer attributes are in manufacturer table, but date is actually in sales table. Okay, so what you are going to do next is actually to create a date table. Okay, so sometimes you need to actually create a date table, or some people call it calendar table. So what is the purpose of this calendar or date table? So you can actually create like a controller, okay, controller, and you can actually connect all tables with table column to this date table so that you can just control it from there. Okay, you can just control it from there. Okay, this is very important because most organization, they might have different calendar. Okay, maybe your financial year doesn't actually start on 1st January every year. Maybe you started somewhere in March or in July, something like that. So your financial year is different. So sometimes it's good actually to have a date table actually. So next step is actually for you to create the date table actually. Okay. So let's just proceed with step 80. Okay. So to do that, okay, we need to go to table view here on the left hand side. Okay. Right. And then after that, you need to go to table tools here. Okay. Make sure at the top you select table tools ribbon. And then here you select new table. Okay, so you're going to create a DAX expression, okay, to create the table actually. So I think here they already give you the expression. So we just need to type in at step 82 actually. Okay, so the date here will be the name of the table. And then we're going to call a built-in function called calendar. Okay, and then if you see here, it will take two dates, start date and end date. Okay, start date and end date. So we just type in the formula. Okay, so date function 2014. Okay, month is 1, day is 1, close bracket, comma, and then the end date. Okay, 2021, sorry, 22. Okay, 12 and 31st. Double close bracket, enter. Okay, then you will see the dates generated. Okay, let me just copy this one to your chat box. Right, so now you have the date generated from 1st January 2014 until 31st December 2022. Okay, and if you look at my screen here, I have around 3,287 rows. Did you get the same thing? Okay, excellent. Now you can actually create your own date table, okay, using this expression. Great. Okay, right. Now, okay, step 83 within the data pane. Okay, so let's just collapse everything else and then just expand date. Okay, and then within the date, you will see date column. And if you further expand it, you will see date hierarchy. Expand it, you will see year, quarter, month, and day. Okay, you don't have table ribbon, eh? How come you don't have that? Ah, you haven't changed it to table view. Make sure you are currently in table view. On the left-hand side, go Yap Fang. Okay, make sure you select table view. I think you're still in report view. Okay, so change to table view.
Okay,
Then
got
only
it.
you will.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, right. So for those who just haven't created, make sure you have the date table first created using that expression. I copy pasted it in the chat box. Okay, now, okay, if you can click on the column, date column once again, the date column, not the date table. Okay, make sure you select this one instead of the top one, this one, eh? So next, what I want you to see, you look at the left-hand side here. Okay, under structure, okay, if you don't see this one, make sure the column tools is displayed Okay, column tools is displayed. Okay, and then you will see structure. So specifically, I want you to look at data type. Okay, what is showing here? Date time. We need to change it to date. Okay, so select the arrow and then change it to date because we are not working the time. Okay, we are not going to work with the time, only the date. Okay, only the date. Okay, so now this is what you will have actually after step 84. Okay, after step 84. So far, so good? Anyone missing that step? All right, great. Okay, so now we want to link, okay, this table to other tables that contains date data, which is sales in this case. Okay, so if you see here, geography doesn't have date, manufacturer doesn't have date, okay, product doesn't have, sales has. So we want to link these two together, and after this, all date related will go from date table instead. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. Step 85. Okay, step 85. Okay, so to do this, you don't really have to go to model view. If you see here, you can also see manage relationship from here. Okay, so you just click here. Okay, so we're going to create a new relationship actually. Okay, so click new button here. So we're going to select two tables. The first one is date. The second one is sales. So how to link them together? Remember, click on the date column in date, click on the date column in sales. Then you will see this cardinality is detected, cross-filter direction also detected automatically, and this one is checked by default. No need to change anything else, just click OK. Okay, and then just click close. Okay, right? Okay, so far so good. So if you just want to see, okay, right, to check what happened, you can just quickly go to model view. Okay, now I'm gonna compact it. Now you can actually see, let me just rearrange quickly. You see there's a line connecting sales and date. Okay, this is the one that we created just now actually. This is what we created actually. Okay, right? So now we need to actually go back to our report. Okay, we need to go back to our report, go back to report view. You see what happened here? Okay, right? So we are going to fix it actually. Okay, we are going to fix it because this one definitely you can't really use this kind of visuals actually. Okay, you can't actually. So what we're going to do, we're going to fix it. Okay, so first, everyone, okay, select these visuals. Okay, sum of revenue by date. Make sure this one is selected. And you go to visualization pane under x-axis, remove the date. Remove. Okay, remove the date. Okay, right? Okay, and then we're going to get the date from our date table. So you expand date table, take this column, drag and drop it here. Okay, and because mine is still actually drilled down, okay, I'm gonna drill up until year once again so that it will look as the same as before actually. It's just that now you are actually getting the date data from another table, not from sales table. Okay, it should still actually display the same thing. Okay, everyone got the same thing?
Sorry, I miss. You pull the date to replace the x-axis, is it?
Yes. Okay, right. Okay, now you see here we have date table with date column, and in sales we also have date column. Okay, so sometimes you want to do this actually. You want to make sure whoever going to view your report to do editing or whoever, okay, your team members lah, most of the time who's going to access the report, and you want to ensure they always take the date from the date table, not the date from the sales. So what you can do, you can hide date column actually in sales. Okay, you can actually hide this column so that they won't actually, okay, in future accidentally, okay, drag and drop that, okay, write data to the report. Okay, so this is what we're going to do it actually. Okay, there are a few ways to do it. Okay, there are a few ways to do it actually. But if you look at the instruction, let's try to do that actually. Guys, now we are at step 98, page 34, step 98. From the data pane, hover over, okay, and select the ellipse to the right of date field in sales table. Okay, hover over, and then this is the one that you want to click. Okay, but I'll tell you there's another way. Okay, because I usually don't like to hover over and click this one. Sometimes I do different thing. Okay, right? So I right click, easier. Right click. Okay, make sure you right click the correct table, the correct column. In this case, date, and then you see hide here. Select from there. So now let's just wait. Then you can't see it anymore. It's hidden. It's hidden. Okay, right? But your data is still there actually. It's just you can't see it, okay, in the data pane in report view. But your data is still there. Okay, so if you go to table view, if you select sales, okay, you see your data is still here, but you see there's a small icon next to it. That's actually saying or telling that it's hidden. Okay, and you can also see it from here actually. It's hidden. Okay, it's hidden. Okay, so that's how you can hide the column from the report view actually. Okay, right. Now we need to hide few more things. Okay, so step 99, using the same process as in the previous step, hide country, product ID, zip, and zip country within sales table. Okay, you need to do four more columns. Okay, so you can do it one by one, but let me show you another way of doing it if you want to do multiple, okay, columns. Okay, so everybody, okay, this one is not part of the steps, but I'm going to show you another way to do it if you want to do multiple, okay, operation on multiple columns actually. Okay, first, everybody move to switch to model view. Okay, switch to model view. Okay, so now, okay, under in the data pane, okay, we need to select country. Okay, select country. You can also do it from here, but I want to show you another way of doing it. Right? Okay, so select country and then press Control key on your keyboard. Okay, press and hold it, and then you select product ID like that, and then zip country. So make sure for highlighted, and then on the left hand side you see properties. There's is hidden no, slide it to yes. Now it's hidden. All four hidden at the same time. So you can do this, okay, one time only for multiple columns. Okay, if you switch back to your report view, you no longer can see the other columns except revenue and units. Okay, so that's another way to hide your columns quickly, actually, multiple columns. Okay, and then we need to do three more things. Okay, step 100, hide zip country from the geography table. Okay, so another way, if you are working within the model view, you select the country like this, and then you can either select it from here or you can click on the small icon here actually. Zip country, right? Sorry. Zip country and then hide it. Okay, then you can do the same thing to manufacturer. So manufacturer, maybe I'll make it bigger. Okay, manufacturer. Okay, we need to hide manufacturer ID. So click on this one.
Sorry to interrupt. Actually, I cannot see the same properties on your screen as I don't see the same properties. I only see card, not general.
You don't have this.
Yeah, I don't have this. I only
Uh,
have card. I have properties, but then it's not
mhm.
general. It's described as card. So I can't even hide the.
You see, now I have cards. So
Yeah.
you need to select first. Let's say this one
Oh,
you select. You select this one, then only you can see.
right. Okay. Sorry. All right. So I have to click on that table.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Right, let me just continue. Step 101 done, hide manufacturer ID, and then step 102, hide product ID and manufacturer ID from product table. So where's my product table? Manufacturer ID, and then product ID and hide. Okay, question. May I know what is the purpose of creating date table and not using the date in sales table? Like I mentioned earlier, date table is the control table, controller table. So when you want to do time-based reports or visuals, so you need to have this control table so that most of the time you're going to have more than one tables with date column. So you can just control for one table. Okay, so what I mean by control here, when you want to filter your report, you can just control from this table instead of individual table. Did you get it? Okay, because if you don't have date table, you need to filter one by one from each table, which is tedious and not efficient most of the time. So now you have one date table or calendar table, you can just filter from this table instead, and it will be propagated to other tables, related tables. Okay, because in this example, we have only one table that contains date column. Okay, in actual situation, you definitely gonna have more than one table with date column. So it's very useful to control, okay, the date from another date table actually, instead of going to filter it individually from each table. Okay, right? Okay, this one done. Okay, we have hide, okay, all those columns. Okay, again, you need to know the purpose of hiding these columns because we don't want it to be accidentally added to your visuals, to your report. Okay, right. So that's how you can control it. Now let's switch back to report view, everybody. Okay, let's switch back to report view. So when you expand, okay, the tables, you no longer can see all the hidden columns. But remember, hidden columns are still there actually. Okay, it's just that you won't see it in the report view. Okay, data pane in report view, so that you won't accidentally use it. Okay, right? So now let's move on. Okay, so now we are going to do step 103. Okay, 103. Okay, select the sum of revenue by country visual. Okay, the top one here. Okay, select this one. Okay, so 104 from the data pane. Okay, drag and drop state field from the geography table below the country field. Okay, this is how you're going to do it. Okay, so make sure this one is selected. Right. So in the data pane, it asks us to select. Okay, do not click on it. Do not click on the checkbox. Select on the name of the column like this, and then drag and drop it here below the country like that. Okay, right. So now on the x-axis, you have country and state. What is this? You are actually creating hierarchy so that you can do drill down. Okay, so if you look at here, okay, right, you see here this button, this arrow is enable. Okay, you see you can go up and go down. Oops, sorry, you can go down like this. Okay, so what you're doing here is actually you are actually creating hierarchy. Okay, so that you can do drill down. Okay, so we are not done yet. Okay, now we're going to add another column actually. Okay, so step 105. Now we need to drag district and drop it below state. Okay, and drop it below state. So do the same thing. Select the name, drag and drop like that. Okay, like that. Okay, right. So now if you go back to the visuals, you select the drill up arrow. Now you will see this one goes back to country. Okay, this one goes back to country. So now we want to try the drill down. Okay, so remember, in order to do that, you need to enable it first. Okay, if you don't do that, you click on Australia, nothing happen. Okay, so if you want to do drill down, enable it first. Okay, like that. And then click on Australia and then click once again, you will see the district. Okay, you see the title also updated. Sum of revenue by country, state, and district. You see Australia, Western Australia, and the district within Western Australia. Okay, drill up once again. Okay, did you get it? Okay, so if you want to continue, okay, so we need to actually click on Australia once again. Okay, and then now it's actually down to state. And if let's say you want to see the revenue for Van Astel for year 2021, okay, you need to select this one, right? So click on it. Then you see nothing happened. This is very common. I actually purposely do that actually. Okay, right. So go back to report. Okay, so how do you actually select the year column? Actually, let me just resize it. Let me just resize. Okay. Now we have the sum of revenue by country and state. We want to select year 2021. Okay, press Control key. Okay, press Control key and then select 2021 column. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. Okay, right? But that's basically the step that you want to perform in 110 actually. Okay, I actually don't know. Sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, let me try once again. Okay, anybody figure out how we can actually select without going in? This my drill down is not, okay, it's not actually enabled. Right, this one is selected. One astel is selected. Let me try to click. Okay, we need to select this one actually, 2021. Okay, I did not. Okay, control and drill down. Okay, let's do that. Thank you. Okay, control and drill down. This one is it? No, this is not what we want to do actually. Wait, maybe I do it wrongly. Click drill down first, but we don't want to drill down actually. Okay, we don't want actually. Okay, so the purpose, the idea is that what we want to do, we want to get, okay, we want to display one Asta revenue. Okay, and here we already drilled down to state, and we just want to view the data for 2021 so that it can be highlighted. So I can actually see the revenue across the state for 2021 only. That's what. Okay, deselect. Okay, it was working yesterday. Let me try once again. It's working now. This is what we want to do actually. Okay, let me try once again to show you. Okay, so just now I press control and I quickly click like that. I don't know why just now it doesn't work actually. Okay, right. So you see, okay, we want to see the sales, sorry, the revenue for Van Astel, okay, down to state, but we want to only see 2021 data. Okay, so press control and then slowly mouse over 2021 column and lightly click it. Now you see in 2021, okay, which state actually contributed most to the revenue for Van Astel. So you can actually see here, okay, this one is Australia, Victoria. Let's look at New South. I think this one is higher, okay, right? So 124 and this one is 199. So definitely New South Wales is actually higher. Okay, so now you know, okay, which state actually contributed the most actually in 2021 in Australia. Okay, did you get it? Can. Right. So first, okay, this is what you
No,
have.
can't filter, not able to filter.
Okay, yeah, it's a bit tricky. I know. Okay, it's a bit tricky. Okay, right, it's a bit tricky. Okay, so first, manufacturer make sure it's Van Astel. Okay, at the moment, this is the total 392.21 million. Okay, and the sum of revenue by country and state. Okay, so you can see the Australia and the state within Australia. Okay, if you want to resize, you can, just like that. So now we want to select 2021 from these visuals. Okay, we want to see, okay, the revenue across the state for year 2021. Okay, for year 2021. It's a bit tricky here actually. Okay, so first press Control key on your keyboard. Hold it, hold it. Okay, do not press release. Okay, press and control and hold it. Okay, and then click on this column. That's how you do it.
Still move to
Okay.
the table, so not sure why it's not working.
It's okay. Okay, no problem. No problem. Not a big deal actually. Okay, not a big deal. Okay, so if you're still moving to the table, um, okay, how about if you don't actually click on the control? Does it actually work? Still not working. Okay, just make sure nothing is selected here first. Okay, only for visuals for revenue by country and state. Only this one is actually enabled. This one is not. Yeah. Okay, actually now I realize I don't have to press the control key also. Just now I tried it doesn't work. I actually don't know why. Okay, need to re-click the sum of revenue at x-axis. Okay, maybe some of you need to do that. Okay, need to need to re-click the sum of revenue. Okay, okay, at y-axis. Maybe you need to do that. Okay, click on this one, I think, right? Unclick and re-click. Wow, you can try that. Okay, unclick and re-click like that. Okay, I actually don't know also why. Okay, the first few times doesn't work. Okay, right, but now it seems to be working. I don't know actually. Okay, right now I actually don't even have to press Control key. But previously I did it. It will actually goes to the table. Okay. But what is this activity? Just try to see your cross filter across your filter across your visual still working actually. Okay. But that one is okay. Okay. Just at the end of the day, you just want to make sure you can select a particular year. That's it. But at the end, you just deselect everything again. Okay. Deselect everything again. Okay. All right. Okay, so after we've done that, okay, you drill up this one back to country once again, and then disable the drill down. And this is what you're gonna have. This is what we want to use for the next step actually. Okay, this is what we want to do for the next step actually. Okay, maybe some of you need to do that as well. Okay, so some of you need to do the data drill, okay, and then deselect that one. Okay. Maybe you can try that. Data drill and then disable this one, right? Data point table. Okay. Okay, but to prepare for the next step, we want to have this actually. So make sure this one you drill it back up to country. This one you have years display, drill back up to year. And this is the sum of revenue. And this one still one as the selected. Okay, let me just resize it and move it. Okay. Right. Okay. Right, 3:30 already, eh? Wow, 3:30 already. We're supposed to stop for your break actually. Okay, right. So I think I need to follow the schedule. Okay, let's stop for your break. Okay, 15 minutes. Maybe I'll cut it down to 10 minutes because we really don't have time. Okay, let's cut it down to 10 minutes only this time. 10 minutes, come back at 3:40. Okay, 3:40, come back, then we will continue. Okay, we will continue with the next step, which is, hold on, step 114 on page 37. We still have a lot to do actually. Okay, so let's stop for your break. 10 minutes only this time. Come back at 3:40. Okay, come back at 3:40. Okay, right. So I'll see you back after the break. Hello, welcome back. Okay, welcome back. Let's continue, everybody. Okay, let's continue. Right. So, if you're missing any steps, okay, after we finish the lab 3, I think today we can only do until lab 3 together. Okay, right. So after that, after the class has ended, you can still ask me after the class actually. Okay, if you have any questions. Okay. Okay, good, excellent. Okay, you try again. It worked. Thank you. Excellent. Good job. Okay, good job. Right, good job. Okay, right. So I think it's a bit tricky, but if you try a few times, which is I did actually, sometimes it works after a few tries. Okay, it's a bit tricky in the beginning. Okay, let's continue. Right, step 114. Okay, step 114. We need to create hierarchy now. Okay, we want to create hierarchy. So previously, it's a bug. Could be. It could be. I'm not sure. Could be. Right? Could be. It's a bit lagging sometimes. Okay, could be. Maybe we can report that to Power BI team. Okay, right. So let's move on. 114 now. 114, page 37. Okay, so ensure no visuals are selected. So click on the blank area here. Okay, and then from the data pane, okay, select ellipse, okay, to the right of category. Okay, we want to create hierarchy, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to collapse everything first and then only expand product. Okay, so that I will make sure I only work on the correct data. Okay, right? So right click, okay, I'll show you easier one. Right click category and then click
Sorry,
hierarchy.
Emma, I am missing some of the tables. Did I actually turn off all the tables?
Eh?
I'm only seeing date, geography, and sales. The rest of the tables are gone. Manufacturing and
Okay,
product is
most
gone.
maybe you accidentally hide those tables.
Okay,
Okay, so you go back to model view, you check on this icon next to your table name. Is it hidden or not? Which
okay, all
table
right.
just now?
I'll check.
Manufacturing.
Uh,
Okay.
manufacturer and oh yeah, the whole table is gone. Okay, I'll just I'll uncheck it. Is it?
You just click. Like if you see this, I don't know, it look like an eye here, right? So
Oh,
if
yeah.
if it's actually cross, it's hidden. So you just click on it once again.
All right, got it.
Okay. Or you click the box, the table here. You check this property. Is it hidden or not?
Okay, got it.
Okay. So everybody, let's go back to report view. We need to create hierarchy or category. So right click category and then new hierarchy. Okay, and it will create a new field. Let me just resize it called category hierarchy. We need to rename it. Okay, how to rename it? Double click. Okay, double click, rename it to product category. Sorry, product hierarchy. Product. Enter. So now it will become product hierarchy. Okay, so we need to add another 2 column, okay, to the hierarchy. Okay, if you expand the hierarchy at the moment, you only have category. Okay, so when you create hierarchy, you need to have few columns inside it, at least 2. Okay, so now everybody, you go to step 117. Okay, we need to add segment to the product hierarchy. Okay, so right click segment. Okay, right click segment and then go to add to hierarchy and then product hierarchy. So remember you are creating hierarchy, you are not moving the column. So your column is still here actually. So you're just doing what we call logical grouping. Okay, right? And then we need to add one more column, which is product. Okay, so you right click product and then add to hierarchy, product hierarchy. Now within product hierarchy, you should have 3 columns, category, segment, and product. Did you get that? Okay, now you know how to create hierarchy. Excellent. Okay, right, now we can use it. Ah, you don't get it? Why? Okay, what did you miss actually? Okay, so you might want to check again step 115, I think. Okay, 114 and onwards. Adding the hierarchy. You missed the step, I think. Okay, you missed the step. Okay, I'm going to show it one more time. We're really, really short of time here. Okay, so pay attention. Okay, right, pay attention. So to create the product hierarchy, everybody, those who missed it. Okay, right. So I'm going to delete it first. Okay, right. So everybody, especially those who missed it. Okay, so first right click category, create hierarchy. Okay, and then we need to rename it. Double click, change the name to product hierarchy. Okay, product hierarchy. Enter. So now if you expand product hierarchy, you only have category. We need to add segment. So right click segment, add to hierarchy, product hierarchy. Okay, now it's added. Okay, so this one actually step 116 until 118. Okay, and then next we need to add another column, which is product. Same thing, right click product, add to hierarchy, product hierarchy. Now you have 3 columns under product hierarchy. Okay, right? Got it now, Rabiatul? Okay, right, good. Excellent. Let's move on. Step 120. 120. Oh, this is very long lap, right? Okay, select the white space within the canvas to deselect any visuals. Okay, from the visualization pane, select clustered bar chart. Clustered bar chart is this one. Okay, maybe want to resize it a bit. Okay, maybe want to resize it a bit. Okay, next, step 121. Okay, we need to select product hierarchy. Okay, you need to select, make sure this one is selected and then check on product hierarchy. Okay, of course, you don't see anything yet. We need to add revenue from sales. Okay, so expand sales and then select revenue. Now you will see something like this. Okay, so basically now you are uh, visualizing the revenue, okay, and you group it by product hierarchy. Okay, and if you can see here, the top one. If you see here, hierarchy means got label, right? So the top one is category. So if you want to so-called drill down, you can do it here because remember hierarchical data, you can drill down. You can click on this double arrow. Now it will show you the segment. If you click one more time, then you will see the product. Okay, so drill up once again until category. Okay, so you see using hierarchy sometimes very useful to add interactivity to your report actually, to your visuals. Okay, but we don't want to use this, okay, apparently. So step 1 to 5, we need to change it to matrix. Which one is matrix? This one. Okay, third row, okay, from bottom, this one next to letter R. Okay, so click on it, then now you will see something like this. Okay, right, and if you want to do drill down, okay, this one is too small, so I might need to zoom in a bit. Okay, right, so that you can see better. So if you see closely next to the category, the example here, urban, there's a plus sign. So you can click on it and then convenience, you can click on it, then you can expand it. This is also another way to drill down actually. Okay, this is also another way to drill down actually. Okay, right, so you can actually see, okay, the data. Okay, sometimes you want to display, okay, in a matrix that looks like this. Okay, right, that one is done. Okay, and then here, step 127, make sure matrix still selected. Okay, we need to add, what is it? Okay, we need to add, okay, revenue one more time. Okay, we need to add revenue one more time. Okay, so you drag, because you can't check, because it's already checked, right? So this time you drag and drop below the first revenue. Now it seems like you have 2 revenue added to the visuals. Don't worry, we're going to modify one of it actually. Okay, we're going to modify one of it. So here actually to show you, okay, yes, just now when you drag and drop the column, by default, it will do summation, aggregation, okay, sum. Okay, but you can modify the behavior, of course, How? Okay, you click on the arrow on the second sum of revenue. You click like this. Okay, so now you have these options actually. You see, you have at least this aggregation function that you can perform. But for this one, we want to modify a bit. You need to look for show value as. This time you need to select percent of grand total. Then you will see something like this. So if you want to see here, okay, sometimes it helps to see the actual figures, but sometimes you just want to see percentage. For example, now you see that urban category product actually has the most of the revenue, okay, whereas rural is less than 1%. Okay, right, less than 1%. If you look at the number, it's too big, the numbers, right? But using percentage is easier to figure it out actually. Okay, so this is what you can do actually. Okay, right, this is what you can do. Okay, so you see here, same field, same column, but the way you display can be different. Okay, one is the actual number, but this one you just want to do the percentage instead. Okay, so we want to use this one, okay, but we want to rename it first. Okay, we want to rename it first actually. Okay, how to rename it? This time is step 131. Right click this column. Okay, right click this column and then I couldn't see rename. Hold on. Okay, did you see rename? I cannot actually. Oh, yes, this one. Sorry, H factor. Okay, right. So change it to GT revenue. Okay, GT revenue. Enter. Right. So now you will see two columns here. Sum of revenue and percentage GT revenue. Okay, right. So far, so good.
Sorry, can you repeat the how to rename it again? I
Right
missed that
click,
part. Right
right
click. Okay.
click, and then rename.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Okay, right. I think double click will do the trick as well. Okay, so I usually just double click. But if you follow the instruction, it should ask you to do different thing. Okay, but most of the time, double clicking will do the trick as well. Easier. Okay, easier. Right, now let's move on to step 133. Enable drill down mode within the header of the matrix. Enable. So this drill down arrow, click. That's enable it. Okay, and then now select urban. Okay, just this now. Okay, previously I click on the plus sign, but if your visuals are too small like this, you can't really see, especially old people like me. Okay, you can't see the plus sign. So I want to be able just to click on the word urban, then drill down. Okay, so that's what is actually the purpose actually of enabling the arrow. Okay, let me just scroll up. Okay, right? And then you see here, ensure that step number 135. Okay, ensure that the metric visual is still selected. Then using the control key on your keyboard, multi-select 2021 column within the sum of revenue year. Okay, I'm going to move it here. Okay, press control key. This is the 2021 column. Okay, and the Australia column within the sum of revenue by country visuals. Okay, still pressing control key, select Australia now. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom out. Okay, so you can actually see the sum of revenue for this manufacturer, and I can also see the product category, means segregation actually. Is it segregation? I don't know lah, the correct word. Okay, but you can see here under category and the segments, which one actually has the highest percentage revenue actually. So you can see here extreme. Okay, extreme. Okay, right. So if you click on extreme now, because extreme almost 41%, okay, almost a majority, half, okay, right. So you click on extreme because you want to find out which product. Okay, because if you see here, it's already sorted automatically by the sort descending. Okay, sort descending by revenue. Okay, you can actually click on this one. Okay, sort descending. Okay, sort by revenue. It's already by default. So you can actually see which product actually has the most revenue. So in this case, it's Maximus UE04. Okay, which is actually almost 7%. Okay, almost 7% actually. Okay, right? So this is basically how you can use this information to figure out, okay, down to which product actually, okay, that sells the most actually, right? Did you get it? So far, so good?
Sorry, where do you click to get the sorting?
Here, more options.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks.
Okay, so when you want to do the sorting, check the sorting, always click on the more option here, the ellipse here. Okay, right? Okay, right. Okay, so previously we already created column. Next is actually for you to try out measure. Okay, so if you look at page 45, okay, page 45, uh, let me just screenshot these notes actually. Okay, so that you can refer to it in the chat box. Give me a second. Okay, so next step, you want to create a measure. Okay, so you want to create a measure. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, column, you will see the column added to your table. Okay, so meaning here, when you add column, the table size will become bigger and the file size will become bigger physically. The loading time, of course, will be more. But measure, okay, is different because measure is actually aggregated values. Okay, it won't be added to your table. Okay, you won't see it added to your table because most of the time aggregated means single value, right? So it will be calculated dynamically. Okay, it will be recalculated dynamically every time. Okay, right. So now we want to add your first measure. Which table? Sales table. Okay, sales table. Okay, so let me just close. Okay, other tables. We are still in report view. Okay, we want to add measure to sales table. So everybody right click sales and then new measure. Okay, right? So now you will see the formula bar. Okay, we're going to add that formula actually. Okay, so step 143, there's a formula there. Okay, so type it PY sales equals to calculate, and then we have sum, and then we have sales revenue. Okay, and then close bracket, and then comma, same period last year. We have date column. Okay, oops, sorry. Okay, and then close bracket. Okay, so let me just copy this one first and paste it in the chat box. So here, enter. Okay, now you will see the measure added to your sales table, and you see here there's a calculator icon next to it, means it's a calculated value. Okay, right, means it's a calculated value. Okay, did you get it? Okay, everybody able to create the first measure, which is PY sales. Okay, next we want to create another one. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, good job. Okay, right. So let's move on. We want to add another one. Okay, another one. Everybody, right click sales once again and then select new measure. Right click, new measure. Okay, so this time the formula actually at step 148. Okay, so let's type the formula. Okay, so growth, WTH. Okay, divide, and then sum, and then sales revenue, okay, close bracket, minus, and then PY sales, comma, PY sales. Okay, so this one is actually to check for growth actually. Okay, and then let me just copy the whole thing first and then enter. Okay, let me paste it in the chat box as well for you. Now you have two, okay, measures added. Okay, what you're going to do next, you're going to add these two measures to your matrix. So I want to resize it first. Okay, I want to resize it first. So this one I resize smaller. This one I want to make it bigger. Okay, so let's add the PY sales and growth. Okay, so first I click on this one and then I click on growth. Okay, you see here, for some reason, my Power BI always showing the currency values as RM. I remember someone asked me just now, okay, this is the time for us to change it actually. Okay, this is the time for us to change it. Okay, by right, it should be dollar sign, right? But I don't know. Okay, I try to figure out, but it's still showing actually. Okay, maybe I'm missing some configuration. But anyway, not a big deal. We can always change it during our reporting actually. So for those who actually have RM, just like mine, or maybe some other currencies, okay, we can actually quickly change the currency. Not a big issue actually. So how to do this? Okay, so everybody, first you select the PY sales here. Select it. Okay, you select this one, the column name. Okay, and then make sure you can see this measure tools ribbon, and then you can see formatting here. Okay, make sure you can see formatting here. Okay, can you see the dollar sign here? Okay, if you click on the arrow next to it, you can select the correct currency symbols to use. So I'm going to select currency general so that I can see it in the dollar sign symbol, just like that. That's how you can quickly change the formatting actually. Did you get it? Okay, right. So that's how you can quickly change it. Excellent. Okay, that one is done. Okay, right. Now let's move on to step 153. Okay, 153. We need to change the format, okay, for the growth actually, for the growth. So same thing, select the percentage growth. Okay, and if you see here, the format by default is general. We want to change it to percentage. Okay, and optionally, you can also set the decimal point here. Okay, decimal places here. Okay, and then you see the column value also updated accordingly. Okay, right. So step 155, we've done it. Okay, and then step 157, okay, it also asks us to check and ensure the revenue column also should be in currency. Mine is already in currency. If yours is not, you might want to select revenue and change the format to currency. Okay, if it's already currency, no need to do anything. Okay, no need to do anything. Okay, right? And then here, okay, 159, step 159. Okay, ensure that Australia is still selected. Okay, looks like this. Okay, and the 2021 column is still selected. Yes. Okay. Notice that Maximus UE04 has nearly 158 growth. So the top product, okay, you see, wow, 158 growth, okay, which is correct lah. Match the one, okay, described in your lab instruction. That will be the last step. Don't forget to save your report. So basically, you have completed lab number 2. It's a very long lab, okay. Fair enough. It's actually what, 51 pages actually, okay. So did you get something similar? Good job, everyone. Good job. Okay. So when you have time later on, maybe you can redo, okay, everything step by step once again, actually. Okay, sometimes it's hard to follow, okay, the teacher actually, but when you have time later on, okay, you can try it step by step, read the description. It's a very lengthy description, actually. Okay, I don't have time to do that for you here, actually, but later on, okay, you can do it on your own. Okay, you can redo everything once again. Okay, so now we want to do lab 3. This is where you're going to create the lab, the report. Okay, so for those who have everything working so far, okay, you can just use the same file. So for those who did not complete successfully lab 2, don't worry, you can open lab 2 solution and continue from there. Okay, so for those who don't have the lab 2 completed as expected, don't worry, you can do lab 3 by starting up lab 2 solution. Okay, lab 2 solution. So everybody, let's not waste any time. Okay, let's move on to lab 3. Lab 3, we want to create your report. Okay, we want to create your report. Okay. So this one, I think the lab instruction not as long as lab 2. Lab 2 is the longest one. Okay, so what we want to create, We want to create something like this. Remember this morning I showed you, okay, the final product. Okay, so we want to create something like this. Something like this. So we're going to have the gauge here. We're going to have some custom visuals here. We're going to have some buttons here. Okay, we're going to rearrange it. We're going to have logo, the title. Slicer now become button. Looks like button is actually tiles. Okay, we're going to apply some theme as well. Okay, we're going to apply some theme as well. Okay, so this is what we're going to do actually. Okay, this is what we want to do. Are you ready? Okay, let's get it done. All right, good. Okay, step number 1, page 5. Okay, what's to do with page 5? Okay, the top one, all description. You can read it on your own. Okay, step 1, page 5. With the matrix visual selected. Okay, mine is selected. Okay, navigate to the value section in visualizations pane and select the arrow to the right of growth. Okay, to the right of growth. Okay, so here under visualization, okay, the bottom one here, okay, click on this arrow. Do not remove it, click on the arrow. And then you need to go to conditional formatting. Okay, we want to put some colors on it. Okay, so you put here background color, select background color. Okay, select background color. So this conditional formatting, same like the one you've been using in Excel. Same. Okay, right? So we want to add middle color. If you don't like this color scheme, you can change it, not a problem. Okay, but I'm just going to use the default one. Okay, and then just click OK. Now you see this column is now with colors. Okay, highlighted. Okay, highlighted. Okay, right? So everybody got that? Now you have added a conditional formatting to this particular column. Next time you can do other conditional formatting just to show you, okay, later on what you can try. If you click on the arrow once again, you have conditional formatting. You can also do on colors, you can put data bars, you can even put icons if you want. Okay, like sometimes you want to do increase and decrease, unchanged. You want to put icon, also can, but no need to do it now. Okay, no need to do it now. Okay, now let's move on to page 6. Okay, the first sentence there. Okay, make sure the report is filtered by Van Astel using the manufacturer slicer. Remove all other filters. Okay, how to do that? Select Australia, and then that's it. Just like that. Okay, right, let me just zoom out. Oops, too small. Okay, I'm going to close these filters, right, so that you can see better here. Okay, so everybody remove all the filters. This is what you're going to see, okay, at the moment. Okay, something similar in the screenshot in your instruction. Okay, now let's go to step 5. Enable drill down mode on the sum of revenue by country. This one. Okay, enable the drill down mode. Okay, that one is done. Okay, so now number 6, okay. Within the visual, select Australia column to drill down to the state level. Click on the Australia bar, okay, and then you will see state. Keep it that way, okay. And then after that, disable drill down mode on the revenue by country and state. Okay, click on the arrow once again to disable it. Okay, so this is what you have at the moment. Okay, right? Now we want to do step 8. Okay, ensure you still have the year 2021 selected. If you do not, we need to select it. So it says here you need to hold down Control key on your keyboard and select 2021. Okay, this is where it became tricky earlier, right? So let's just try to follow it. Control key and then select. This is what you're going to see actually. Okay, and you're going to see 27.74 million, the total of revenue. Okay, and this one is the values in the matrix actually. Okay, did you get something similar? Okay, you can actually compare it on my screen, or you can compare it in the notes actually. Okay, in the notes on page 7. Okay, on page 7. Okay, right. So now, okay, we are going to do the next step, which is step 9. Okay, select the manufacturer slicer. We want to change the slicer actually to tile. Okay, so again, select the slicer, manufacturer slicer. Okay, we need to go to visualization pane, format tab. Okay, remember we need to change the style. Okay, so slicer settings here. Okay, style, drop down, change it to tile. So you might want to resize it actually. I remember someone don't have it just now, right? If you don't have it, I think in your case, you don't have to do it. Okay, right? And this is how you change the slicer from drop down to tile. Okay, to tiles. Okay, resize it and then maybe just move it around so that you can see all the 5 manufacturers. Okay, did you get it? Okay, good. Now we need to select Van Astel. So click on the name. Now the data was still okay for Van Astel. Okay, right? Okay, so the thing is, if you look at the report earlier, okay, let me just quickly screenshot it and put it in the chat box so that we all can refer to it quickly. Okay, let me just screenshot it. Okay, but you don't have to scroll up and down actually. So if you see that screenshot, you see this one actually displaying the logo of the manufacturer, not the name. Okay, not the name. We want to change it to logo. Okay, if you remember, the table here contains the link to the logo. So we want to use the logo actually. We want to use the logo. So let's do that. Okay, let's do that. First, okay, you expand manufacturer and select logo column. Do not put a check next to it. Okay, just click on it, highlight it. Okay, and then you see column tools ribbon open, and then here, here properties. Okay, can you see data category? You need to change it to image URL because that's the data stored in that particular column, which is the link to the file of your company manufacturer logo. Okay, change that one. Okay, right, done. Once done, we're going to apply it actually. Okay, we're going to apply it. So make sure your slicer is still selected and switch back to add data to your visuals. Okay, we're going to replace it here actually. So you can remove manufacturer and then drag and drop logo, and then you will see the logo displayed instead. So I want to resize it as well actually. Okay, I want to resize it. Okay, this one maybe I need to resize it as well. Okay, and this time you select Van Astel once again. So that's the final outcome. Okay, after step 18. Okay, after step 18. Did you get something similar? All right, so this is how you can actually customize the slicer from drop down or list to tiles with logo actually. Okay, with logo. But of course you need to have the data first lah. Okay, you need to have the data first. Okay, now we need to move on to step 19. Select the sum of revenue buyer visual, which is this one. Okay, right? From the visualization pane, select the line and clustered column chart. Okay, we need to change it actually. So which one? Okay, just one below it actually, this one. Line and clustered, sorry, line and clustered, not this one. This one instead. Okay, line and clustered. Click. Okay, so when you see line and clustered, usually you can add up to 3 data. Okay, you can add to 3 data. So that's what we're going to do actually. You see line axis, we don't have data. So we need to drag this column, this measure, percentage growth, and then drop it here. Now you will see the line drawn actually. Okay, right? You can see line is actually very good when you want to see movement of your data pattern. Okay, so you can see there's a spike in 2021, but drop in 2022. It's not really drop because 2022 you don't have data. So because we don't want to see drop because it actually represents something bad. So what we're going to do, we're going to right click this one. Okay, right? So we want to take out 2022, right? Because we don't have data, right? So you can right click, okay, just right click somewhere above 2022 and then you select exclude. Now you don't see drop. You only see increase. Okay. So now 2022 column will not be included in your visuals. Okay, right? So far, so good.
Sorry, how to get the line already? Cannot catch up.
What is it that you're missing?
How to get the line?
Okay, have you changed it to line and clustered column chart?
Have I changed it to line?
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
This one, step 20. Step 20, you need to change it to this type of visual, line
Oh,
and cluster.
okay, got it.
Okay. Okay, right. Okay. I realize the step is not included, but it's okay because later on we really don't want to add the 2022. Okay, right? So now next step 24. Okay, select the gauge visual. Select the gauge visual. Okay, first make sure nothing is selected. Okay, right? Nothing is selected. Wait. Okay, now I
Sorry, how do you
actually
remove 2022?
okay. Let me just try to undo. Oops. Wait. Okay. If you want to remove, okay, the column that doesn't contain any data, okay, just now like 2022, if you want to remove, you right click anywhere okay, above 2022, then exclude.
Okay, got it.
Okay, right? Okay, I think now we have to continue. Okay, right, step 22. Okay, step 22. Okay, right, ensure that the cut visual is selected. This one is the cut visual. Okay, from the visualization pane, select gauge visual. So we're going to change it to this one. Okay, click on it. Okay, so if you want to resize, you can resize it. Okay, so now this is what we call gauge. Okay, right. We are going to move on to step 23. Okay, from the data pane, drag and drop the PY sales field from the sales table to the target value. Okay, this one. Okay, so we're going to drag and drop. Okay, so what is the purpose or what is the reason we want to use gauge here? So at least you can see progress. Okay, you can see the current revenue and you can see also the target. Okay, how much further? Okay, how much further you want to go to reach a target actually. So the target here, because it's too small, is actually represented by a vertical line here actually. Okay, why the logo appear like this? Most probably because you did not change the data category just now, Rosarina. Okay, so if you go to logo, maybe you're missing this part actually. Check the data category. Is it actually saying image URL?
Okay, I'll check later. Thank you.
Okay, right. Okay, so after 23, step 23, okay, this is what you will get actually. Okay, right. So resize and move the visuals as needed. Now we can compare revenue with the target. Okay, right. So far, so good. Okay, right, excellent. Yeah, too much to be covered in one day, right? Yeah, I have to agree. Okay, right. Now let's move on to step 24. Okay, page 11. Select the gauge visual, already selected. From the visualization pane, select the format visual, this one. Okay, expand the colors, this one. Okay, select the drop down for fill color, this one. Okay, so actually this one just to show you that you can change the color if you want. If you want, you can do it now, actually, if you want. But it's not necessary lah. But if you want, you can change the color to whatever color that you like. Okay, if you don't like blue, you can change it to different color. Okay, and you see here by default, this is the color palette available. But if you don't like any of the colors here, you can always click on more colors. Okay, you can do that as well. Yeah. Last time I remember in one of my class, okay, one person, I don't remember is it a guy or lady actually, okay? I think that person really loves pink. So the report actually the theme color is pink. Okay, interesting actually. Okay, but to be safe, usually we're just going to use corporate colors. Okay, corporate colors to be safe lah. Okay, to be safe. Okay, but yes, at this point you can just choose what color you like. Actually, not a problem to me. Okay, right? Okay, so for some organization, they sometimes they have like a standard practice. Like I mentioned earlier, you might need to stick to corporate colors, and sometimes your IT or your developer already come up with a template that you can use actually. Okay, and you can only use that color scheme, cannot use others. Okay, I've used actually last time I worked for one customer, one client, and they're very particular about the color theme actually. Even the font also must use the correct one. Okay, else they're not going to be happy. So the color, they even give me the color code and then the font. They already supplied me with everything. I just use it. So you see, sometimes you need to do that actually. You need to get the feedback from the customers and users about their preferences. Okay. But for this class, I don't care. You can just what color you want, what font you want, as long as you know how to change it later. Okay. Right. So let's continue. We want to check out theme actually. Okay. You want to check out theme. Okay. So again, step 28, make sure gauge is still selected. Now we want to go to view. Okay. And this is where you can see theme. So everybody, you can play around with the theme. You can select whichever that you like. Okay, right? So if you follow the instruction, they actually ask you to select temperature. This is temperature. Not very nice, I think. Okay, not very nice. But you see, when you select a particular theme, when you go back to colors, and you see the color choices are different. Okay, the color choices are different. You can try to switch to other theme, like example, I choose this one. What is this? Classic. Okay. And then if I go to fill colors, you see the color palette is different now. Okay, the color palette is different. Okay, so here use your creativity and preferences. You can just apply whatever color theme you like actually. Okay, to make it interesting. But for our particular report here, we have a specific theme file that we want to use. Remember this morning? Okay, so within the folder data, there's a theme folder. We need to apply this theme. So the point of this one is actually for you to find out, okay, how you want to apply your customized theme to your report actually. You can use colors individually like this. You can use predefined theme like this, or you can actually load your own theme. Okay, so step 29, we want to load our own customized theme actually. So everybody still in view, okay, still in view ribbon, okay, go to the arrow next to theme here, and then you select browse for themes, okay, and then make sure you browse to your DIAD folder, data folder, and then theme, select the file here. Select the file here, okay. Right, and then after you have found the file and selected it, okay, and then you click open. Give it some time, okay, and after that, you will see it's updated. Okay, it's updated. Okay, got it. Okay, and you see here mine is still green. Because why? Just now I select, okay, classic just now, right? Okay, right, classic just now. Okay, if I want to switch it back to temperature, then I will have something like this. Okay, but I think I want to use my, I to use this one once again. Okay, got it. Okay, if you want to have same thing as your instruction, this is what you're going to see actually. But at this point, if you use different color theme, different color selection, I'm totally fine with it actually. Okay, choose whatever you like. Okay, I'm okay with it actually. Okay, but here, make sure later on in future, you know how to load your own customized theme file to your report. Okay, so far so good? Okay, excellent. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now we are going to change the gauge actually. Okay, because as you can see here, I can't really see the target line is so faint actually. Okay, right? So we're going to do something about it. So make sure your gauge here is still selected. Okay, so now we're going to change. You see the fill color and the target color? Because at the moment it's using a lighter color for the target. So I'm going to change it to black so that I can see. Okay, so I can see better now actually. Okay, you see? There's a vertical line. Okay, for the target. Okay, but of course you can choose any color. If you like pink, just put that pink. I don't mind actually. Okay, right. Okay, now we want to change the font. Okay, so up to this point, you haven't really tried to change the font size, right? Okay, so now make sure this one's still selected. Okay, go to visuals. Okay, to visuals. Okay, and then go to data label. Okay, change the font size here. Okay, so again, if you want to choose different font type, different color, do it. Okay, not a problem. Okay, so I'm just going to follow the instruction, change it to 10, so it becomes smaller here. Okay, it becomes smaller here. Okay, so remember this is data label. Okay, and the target is not updated because we haven't actually updated the font size for target. Okay, the 1222.42 is the target. So you collapse data label and then expand target label. So this one, I'm going to reduce it to 10 as well. Okay, and then close it. Right? So this is how you can actually customize the font size, okay, for your gauge actually, okay, for your gauge, right? So far so good.
Uh, Asma, if I want to apply the same font for all the elements on my dashboard here, then I do
Mhm.
selection, control select all the visuals, is it? And then go to target
Oh,
label.
you
I
mean
have
you
many
want,
visuals and I realized I've used different fonts. I have 5 minutes left before the meeting. So I want to change it all into one format.
you means like you select multiple
Visuals.
visuals and then you
Yeah.
want to change the font.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's even possible. Okay, it seems that some visuals is yes. Then you can try it actually.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
right? Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay, right. Let's continue. Some of you need to leave early. Sorry about that. Okay, so step 43, select the matrix. Okay, select the matrix. This one. Oops, sorry. Okay, I think I accidentally wait. Let me just go back here. Okay, so this is what we have earlier, I think. Too bad, too bad. But now I think select the matrix, okay, using the arrows in the visual, within the visual header, okay, drill up to the segment, okay, drill up to the segment. In my case, I think I need to drill down, okay, so you will have something like this, but for some reason, it's a bit different now. Okay, let me try to check again. What did I do actually just now? Hold on, give me a second. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I think I did something earlier. This one. Okay, so what we want to see is something like this. Okay, because just now I did some clicking. Okay, and it's actually updated my visuals unintentionally. Okay, so this is what we want to see actually. So you have category and it's expanded up down to segment. Convenient, extreme, moderation, regular are the segment. Okay, just keep it like that. Okay, just keep it like that. Okay, and in step 45, select the sum of revenue by country and state visual, which is this one. Okay, lightly click on it. Okay, using the arrows within the visual header, drill up to country. Drill up. Okay, and then you will see something like this instead. Okay, right? And then after that, the next step is actually to change the color of your column. Okay, this is optional, but this one just to show you, you can also customize, okay, the visual columns actually. So number 47, while this one is still selected, okay, go to format, okay, and then go to column, this one, and then change the default color to something grayish like this. Okay, I don't really like it, but let's just show it. Okay, right? If you don't like gray, you can choose any color. Again, I don't mind. Okay, the point here is actually you know how to change the color in future. Okay, so we want to do the same thing, okay, to these visuals later on. But before that, okay, you look at step 50. Okay, make sure this one is still selected. Okay, and then you go to data label. I'm going to collapse and then data label by default, it's off. If you want, you can turn it on. And if you want, you can also set, okay, the values to be displayed, okay, how it's going to be displayed. Okay, you see, you can do formatting here as well. Okay, you can also set the orientation, okay, horizontal, vertical, position, inside, outside, or automatically. With this one, you can actually apply it later. Okay, you can apply it later. Okay, right, and then here, okay, so here you have data label on, okay, and then 51, okay, 51, expand the value subsection. Okay, so I'm going to collapse this one, eh? Right, specifically it asks you to look for display units here. You can actually select how you want to display the level value. Okay, in this case, it actually asks you to do millions or select million. Okay, and you can see the value is updated. Okay, the value is updated. Okay. Right, so that's how you can turn on the label and also format the label actually. Format the label. Okay, got it, eh? Got it. Now we want to do the same thing about this one actually. Okay, you want to show some this change the color of this visual. So everybody, step 53. Okay, right, step 33. Okay, so select this visual and we're going to change the color first. Okay, so go to columns. Color, I'm going to choose the same one as the above one. Okay, and the line here also, if you want, optionally, you don't want to see blue color here, you can also change it to, sorry, not this one, lines here. Okay, and then you change the color to something else, maybe black, like this. Okay, right. So now this is how you can, okay, customize the look and feel of your visuals individual. Okay, did you get it? So far, so good? Okay, right. So up to this point, okay, it looks like it's ready to be used, okay, for your report. But we need to add the report title first. Remember, okay, in the chat box, okay, we need to add the report title. Okay, we need to add the report title. Okay, let's rearrange it. Okay, let me just resize this and move it around. Okay, right, let me move it around first. And then make sure nothing is selected. We need to add a text box. Okay, so we need to go to home here, and then you see insert group text box. Okay, now it will be added here, and then we need to type manufacturer analysis. Okay, and we want to make it bigger. So highlight everything, change the font size to 32, this one, and bold. So Sego UI, change it to bold. Again, if you want to change, feel free to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to resize. Okay, make sure it's like this, and then I'm going to move it to the top, something like that. Now we have the title. Now we have the title. Okay, so next is actually to move this title to somewhere here. Okay, the point of this next activity is actually for you to try to use the feature called snap to grid and show grid line actually. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to move this one temporarily somewhere here. Okay, right. it's going to overlap. It's okay, right? So we go to view, okay, ribbon, and then under page option, we have grid line and snap to grid. Okay, so the idea is actually so that you know where to position your items. Okay, so let's say I put it here and then release it. Then it will be positioned there. And then after that, I can turn off these two options like that. Okay. So use the grid line for you to, it's actually for you to guide you actually where you, or the position where you want to put your item actually. Okay, so I think this one I need to resize because I don't want to see the vertical bar just now. Okay. Right, so far so good. Okay. Right now, next we want to rename the page actually. So now we are going to do step 74. Okay, rename the page here. Right click the tab and then select rename, and we need to change it to manufacturer. Manufacturer. Okay, manufacturer. Okay, the one is done. Okay, and then we need to add the background. Okay, we need to add the background. Okay, you see this one. Let me just make it bigger. Okay, so we want to add the background. Okay, right, so we're going to move it around so that it will look something like this after we have completed it. Okay, so how to add a background? Okay, make sure nothing is selected. Nothing is selected. Okay, and then you go to visualization pane, which is this one, and go to format. Okay, and then you have canvas background, sorry, canvas background. And then under image, you click browse. Okay, so we need to actually go to data, and then you have a file called background. Okay, you have a file called background, and then open it. Okay, so you don't see anything yet. Okay, so next step is actually to change the transparency to 0. Then you will see the background. Okay, then you will see the background. So we need to actually rearrange everything so that it will look something like this. Okay, so if you move around, you see there's a template behind it actually. So we need to actually move it around. So like example, our slicer should be somewhere here. Try to make it smaller. Okay, I think I also want to turn off the header here. Okay, I click this one so I don't see the header. Okay, and I try to make it smaller. See, can or not? Oh, cannot. Okay, fair enough. Okay, and then move it around. Let's try to move it around. Okay, and then the analysis here, I want to move it around also next to header. But, okay, right. Okay, let's try to, this one should be, matrix should be at the top. Oops, sorry, should be at the top somewhere here. Okay, and then try to resize it as well. And then fill up this whole area. And then this one, okay, should be next to it. And then resize as well. Okay, this one I'm going to move it to the left hand side. And this one will occupy the bottom area. Okay, if you are using template like this, it's a bit tricky, eh? Okay, this one I'm going to resize it and put it somewhere here. Okay, something like that. Okay, so maybe this one I need to resize. Okay, keep bigger. Okay, something like this. We're still missing one more thing, the logo. Okay, we need to add the logo actually. Okay, we need to add the logo. Okay, up to this point, did you get something similar to this? Okay, I think this one I need to further resize it actually. Okay, something like that. Okay, so far so good. Okay, next we want to add the logo. Okay, we want to add the logo. Okay, but before we do that, okay, we might want to resize the title here. Okay, so let's highlight the title and reduce the size actually, else we cannot put the logo next to it. So let's change it to 20. Okay, make it smaller and resize it and then move it next to this one. And then you see, oops, sorry. Okay, let me just try to move it. Okay, but you see here, okay, when you use this color scheme, you can't really see the background. Okay, and it doesn't match the one we have here. So what we're going to do, we're going to change the font to white instead of black. Okay, let's change the font color to white. Okay, so you click on A here, font color. Oops, sorry. Click on the arrow, change it to white. Change it to white. Okay, and then while you have this still selected, okay, I want you to go to background effects, okay, and then you go to transparency, you increase it to 100%. Now you will see the title. Okay, now it looks something similar to the screenshot. Okay, and if you want to do the same thing to slicer, I think you can also because it's a bit ugly here, correct, right? Okay, with the background and everything. So maybe we can quickly change the background here. Effects, background, change the transparency to 100%. Now it looks better, a bit compared to the previous one. Okay, so now I have the slicer and the title. Okay, then we can add the logo next. Okay, we can add the logo next. Okay, so up to this point, everybody, did you manage to change the manufacturer to smaller size font and then color and then the background? Very good. Next, we want to add the logo. Okay, to add the logo, make sure nothing is selected. Go back to home ribbon. Uh, can also, right? I think no, we go to insert instead. Insert, and then you go image. Okay, so this one will pop up. Okay, if it's not already open, you need to browse to data folder and then select one as that logo. Click open. Okay, so this is the logo. We might need to resize it. It's transparent. And then you resize it and you move it somewhere here. Okay, then you will have the logo. Then you will have the logo. Okay. Right. So almost there. Okay, you almost there actually. Okay, so now we want to add this. We want to add this actually. Okay, right? But that one is very easy actually to add. Okay, we call it smart narrative visuals. Okay, smart narrative visuals. So which one is smart narrative visuals? Okay, this one. Okay, so you can just click on it. Make sure again nothing is selected. Okay, and then click on the smart narrative. Then it will generate the narrative. Okay, just give it a time to be generated. Okay, if you want to change the setting, can, but if you don't want, you can just move it. Oops, sorry. Okay, right. I think mine is actually lagging. Okay, so just put it just next to your visuals here. That's it. Okay. What is this? It's like stories lah, stories about your visuals actually. This is auto-generated based on your visuals. Okay. Okay, so far so good. Did you get something similar? Okay. Sorry, a bit rushing actually. Okay, because it's almost 5. Okay, and I try not to go beyond 5 actually. Okay, I know you're all very busy. Okay, right. So let's move on. Okay, here next is actually to get more visuals. You want to use something different actually. Okay, this one just to teach you how you can add additional visuals which is not listed here. Okay, so everybody, okay, click on this get more visuals inside visualization pane. Okay, and then click on get more visuals. Okay, this one will pop up later on. Okay, mine is still loading. Okay, so we want to add one custom, okay, visuals. It's called play axis. Okay, you type here in the search, okay, play axis. Okay, so once you found it, this is the one we want to add. Okay, click on it. Okay, in future, you're going to do the same thing. Okay, what is this? It's actually dynamic slicer. It will help to do animation. Okay, so just click add here to add it to your report. So you see here, this custom is actually added to your report so far. So if you want to use the same one in another report, you need to add it again. Okay, right now we want to add this and we want to place it here. Okay, so we click on it and then we resize it first. And then we need to assign the data for it. Okay, we want to assign the data for it. So which data you want to add there is actually the date. Okay, you go to date table and click on it. Okay, and then if you see here, the colors are not very interesting, black and white. We can also change the format actually. Okay, how? Again, make sure this visual is selected and go to view format. And then you see colors here, and then you turn on. And then you see different color is displayed. Okay, that's how you can add additional, okay, or custom visuals to your report actually. Okay, so now we already have this. The rest is actually there. We only have this left. Okay, we only have this left actually. And after that, you're done for your report for today. Okay, almost there, everyone. Good job. Okay, good job. Okay, almost there. Okay, right, ready? Okay. Now, everyone, page 26, step 104. Okay, step 104. Okay, so we need to turn on the bookmark pane. Okay, how to turn on the bookmark pane? Okay, go to view ribbon and then here under show panes, select bookmark. If you want, maybe you want to turn off filter because after this, we're no longer going to use it. Okay, so this one also you can minimize. So not only bookmark is actually expanded. Okay, what is bookmark? Bookmark is another way for you to add interactivity to your report actually. Okay, right? So maybe when you are doing presentation, you want to highlight a few things during your presentation. Okay, like visuals or something on your report, you want to highlight it. So you can use bookmark actually. Okay, you can use bookmark. Okay, so everybody, let's continue first. Okay, 111, step 111. Select add within the bookmark pane. Okay, again, make sure nothing is selected in your report first. Make sure nothing is selected. Okay, and then click add. You will see bookmark 1 is added. We need to rename it. Double click and then change it to initial state. Enter. So this is the initial state. Okay, so this is the initial state. Whatever we have here. That's why I said no need to. Don't select anything. Okay, right? And then after that, we want to add another bookmark. Okay, we want to add another bookmark. Okay, in step 114, okay, we want to select USA column. Okay, and then you see here, the rest is actually updated and this one is highlighted. Okay, next we want to highlight this USA sales. Okay, so if you mouse over or hover your visuals, okay, click on the more option and then select spotlight. And you see what happened is highlighted like this. Okay, it's highlighted like this. So you want to click on add, then you will see bookmark 2 is added. Bookmark 2 is added. We want to rename it to USA revenue. USA revenue. Enter. So when you click this bookmark later on, it will be highlighted like this. Okay, right? So once you've done that, deselect everything. Okay, make sure nothing is selected as well. Okay, right. Next, we want to add one more bookmark for Australia. Okay, for Australia. So you select Australia column, which is this one. Okay, right, let me just deselect. Okay, select Australia once again. Okay, so this time we don't want to do spotlight. We want to do the whole thing here. Okay, and then click add once again. This time rename it to Australia revenue. Australia, oops, sorry, revenue. Enter. Okay, so now you have the three bookmarks. So if let's say, okay, you want to see how it works, okay, right? So now, okay, make sure you select initial state, okay, and then click view. And then you see at the bottom, there's a vertical, horizontal bar. So if you click on the arrow next here, okay, so you can actually see how this bookmark works actually. Okay, and then once you're done with it, okay, you see, you can click exit. So this one is actually just like a preview, just like a preview. Okay, right? So that's basically what you did actually by creating the bookmark. You see, it's another way to add interactivity to your report. Okay. The final step here is to add this one as button. Okay, remember we need to add this button. We need to add this as button here to your page. We want to put it somewhere here. Okay, we want to put it somewhere here. Okay, so everybody, okay, make sure nothing is selected first. We go to insert. Okay, we go to insert and then we go to buttons. Okay, and then you search navigator and then you select bookmark navigator. You click on it, then three buttons will be added here. You drag and drop and resize it and position it nicely in that area. Okay, resize it. Okay, maybe something like this. Okay, right. So we want to format it, okay, so that it will look something like this. Okay, we want to change the background color and the shape. Okay, we want to change the color too, and the shape as well. So again, we make sure this one is selected. We need to expand format. You can close the bookmark pane. Okay, and then first we want to change the shape. This one. Okay, expand the shape. And the shape drop down here, change it to rounded rectangle. Okay, rounded rectangle. Okay, and then the color, you go to style here. Sorry, not this one. Is it style? Change fill color. Sorry, fill color. Sorry, it is actually color fill. And then color here, change it to light blue. Like that. Okay, and set transparency to 40%. So let's just try to put it. Okay, if it's too difficult, just type it the value there. There you go. There you go. So now you have added, okay, the bookmark button. So let's just, okay, how to test it out, this bookmark button. Okay, when you are doing report in desktop, you need to do this actually. You need to press control key. You need to press control key and then do that. Okay, or else it won't work actually. Okay, or else it won't work. You need to press control key. If you just click like this, you see nothing happen. So in your desktop, okay, in your Power BI desktop, if you want to try out the button, you need to press control key. Okay, you need to press control key. Okay, so now you have successfully created your report as expected. So don't forget to save your report. So basically, that's the last step actually for your lab 3. Congratulations, everyone. You have completed your lab 1, 2, and 3. Good job. Yay. It's just that we don't have time to do the last 2 labs. So when you have time later on, okay, maybe you can try it out on your own. If you have any questions, then you can drop me an email actually. I'm so sorry we cannot actually do the last 2 labs actually. Some of those are actually require subscription. Okay, require subscription actually. Okay, but good job everyone, okay, in following this 1 day session. I know it's too many steps actually to remember, but you have the lab instructions. You can try it out on your own. Yes, true. Because the morning we spend so much time on the first lab, actually. Okay, right? I have to agree. Okay, but you have the instructions. Okay, you have the data. You have Power BI desktop. You can go through the steps once again, actually. Maybe slowly. Maybe slowly. Okay, just one more thing. Okay, I actually need to share the achievement code with you actually. Okay. Right. So I'm going to share the link. Okay. Right. Okay. So I just shared the link where you can redeem the achievement codes for this class actually. Okay. Right. Is there any workshop for lab 4 and 5? Unfortunately, don't have because it's just a 1 day session actually. Okay. It's just a 1 day session. Okay, but if you try it out on your own later on, and if you have any question, you can always drop me an email. So this is my email address actually. Okay, so maybe I can guide you from there. Okay, right? If you want to try out, but remember, lab 4 and lab 5, you need to use the service. Service requires subscription. Oh, if you can set up any class again, or if that's the case, depending on the session, okay, because this one I think because we have big group, okay, right? If we have another session, you can join. Okay, usually I will try to finish all actually, but I think for big group, it's quite impossible to cover all in 1 day actually. Okay, but if smaller group, they again not Friday. Yes, I have to agree because Friday longer lunch. Correct. If it's not Friday and if it's such a smaller group, I think yes, we can do that. Okay. Usually we will try to finish it up early. Okay, can. That one I can do actually. Okay, so if you need to go already, I won't stop you. But if the rest, okay, I can actually just show you what happened when you posted it to your service. Okay, so the rest who need to leave already, it's okay. I'm okay with it. Thank you for attending my session today. Okay, but for those who want to stay back, can no problem. Okay, I can just quickly show you what happened when you posted it to your service. Okay, for those who need to leave. Thank you very much for attending my class today, actually. So the rest, okay, I'm just going to show you, okay, when you've done with your report and you want to publish it, okay. So first, I'm going to log into my Power BI first, okay. I need to log into my Power BI first, right? So powerbi.com, okay. Right. So I'm already logged in actually, okay, which is a good thing. So you don't have to wait. Okay, so first we need to check our workspace. Okay, so you might want to create a directory or folder where you want to publish your report. You can use my workspace, but usually not recommended because it's very difficult when you want to share it later on with your team members or viewers actually. Okay, so usually the recommended way is actually to create a workspace. Workspace is just a folder. It's just a folder actually. So let's say I call it diet and then let me just put my email here. This is actually the instruction from the lab actually. Okay, just put my email address here and we can actually upload the photo, which is the one Astel, and then click apply. Okay, so now I have the workspace created and we see here at the moment it's empty. So I'm going to switch back to my desktop. Okay, and I'm going to publish my report. So make sure I save it first. Okay, in home ribbon, publish. Since I already log in, it doesn't ask me to log in again. Okay, if you haven't logged in, you will need to log in first. Okay, and you can see here, this is my workspace. Okay, I selected it and publish. So now it's publishing my report, which I forgot to change the name. Still Lab 1 solution. It's okay, right? Okay, so now it's publishing. We need to wait until it says successfully published. Done. Okay, so this one, okay, success. Got it. Now we switch back to my service, refresh. You should see two items displayed here. So which one is, this one is the report, this one is the data set. I remember this morning someone mentioned, okay, if you want to collaborate with the team members, okay, you see here, this one you already, okay, publish. So you can actually share this data set with your team members. Okay, they can create a report and connect to this data set actually, can. Okay, right, so this is your report. Okay, let me just quickly load it, open it. Okay, should be similar as the one you've seen in your notebook. And you see here, okay, the button here, I don't have to press key, control key, you see, it will work. Okay, in the desktop just now, you need to press control, right? Okay, this one no need. Okay, this one no need. Okay, and then how to create dashboard. Okay, that's the next question. Because you see here at the moment, I don't have dashboard. So I go back to my report to create dashboard. This is what you need to do actually. This is what you need to do. Okay, you go to any visuals that you want to add. Like example, maybe this one. You see the pin here, pin visual. You click on it and then it will ask you into dashboard. Since I don't have any dashboard, then I can just put here the add dashboard and then click pin. Okay, so if I click on go to dashboard, so I have my dashboard created and I can just resize it. So if I want to add another visuals, I switch back to my report. Okay, right, so maybe I want to add this one as well in it. Okay, existing. Maybe I also want to add this one and maybe this one as well. Okay, hold on, this one as well. Okay, so now if I go to dashboard, I have the visuals added, then I can just rearrange it. Okay, whichever way you like it. Okay, right, just like that, rearrange it. Okay, so now you have a dashboard created. Okay, and if you want to change the theme color, you can do it here as well. You see, there's a dashboard theme. You can change it to custom. No, I think I would change it to dark. Or maybe colorblind friendly. No, I think I just change it to dark. Okay, just to show you, you can also change it actually. And remember, there's a AI feature. This is the one I'm talking about actually. Okay, this is the one I'm talking about. Okay, so if you click on that one, okay, so you see here, this one is actually based on the data that you have published. They already quickly scanned it and they will actually come up with the, okay, with the suggestions. Okay, so if let's say you select the first one here and then you see, okay, right, okay, maybe I'll just put here for year, okay, 2021 example, enter. Okay, right, so maybe I'll put it here. And if you think you like these visuals, you can just pin it to your dashboard as well. Okay, so now if I go to dashboard, it's added here. Then I can just resize it and maybe put it here actually. Okay, so you see, this is how you can actually create your dashboard in your service. Remember, dashboard, you can only create it in your in service actually. You cannot create it in your desktop. Okay, right. So for each tile, this is what we call tile. Let me just make it bigger. Okay, if let's say each tile you want to customize, you can also actually. Okay, so there's a more option here. You can edit the details. You can change the title. Okay, you can also display last refresh time so that people know, okay, when was the data last updated. Okay, you can change the title, you can change the description, you can actually change the, I think here as well. Okay, copy, okay, and everything. So this is actually the final product of your report actually. Okay, so again, dashboard is a single page summary of your reports, and dashboard can be created from many reports that you have actually. If let's say you have 10 reports and you want to summarize it into a single page dashboard, you can. Even if you have one report with many pages, you want to summarize it into one dashboard, also can. So again, dashboard is just a summary actually, okay, of all your reports or pages actually. So did you get it? So far so good? I know it's a very quick one, but that's basically what happened when you share when you publish it to a service, and this is where you're going to create your report actually. Okay, so when you see here, right, you can actually what is it? Create the dashboard, and you can actually share it with anybody you want to share your reports or your objects here, okay, within your organization. But that person must have subscription as well. Okay, that person must have subscription as well. If data source is from database, Power BI Desktop also will create a local data set. Okay, if your data is from database, you have two options actually to add the data. So you have either import, let's say if I click on SQL Server here, okay, I do have server running here. So you see here, this is the options, the mode. If you use import, meaning here it will create a local copy, okay, a local copy. Okay, so if you have any updates in your database, it will not be updated unless you refresh it. Okay, so this is import. if you choose direct query, this one will not create a local copy for you. So all the data will be pulled real time from your database. So if you have any changes, if you have high frequency on when it comes to data updates, it will be reflected. But the connectivity, okay, gonna affect the performance of your report. Okay, right? So that's basically the two mode that you can choose. Okay, share button
Custom.
should be able. Sorry again?
If there is a custom query that is written to import data from the database,
Mhm.
and I have chosen import and advanced option, I write the actual query, let's say some query, and I publish
Uh-huh.
it. That report is published. Now, if I want to refresh that report,
Uh-huh.
if this import option is selected, it will work, is it?
Yes, correct. Okay,
It
but
need
this one,
not be. Mm,
sorry. Once again, Solan, your question. Sorry.
sorry. Now, if there is a custom query to extract data, some columns only I'm extracting from the database.
Uh-huh.
So I have used the advanced option and the
Uh-huh.
option below, and I've returned
Uh-huh.
the query. I've written the
Uh-huh.
actual SQL statement.
Okay.
Now, in your data connectivity mode, if import was the option selected,
Mm-hmm.
will it be able to refresh the data if my report is published to
Okay.
refresh the data?
Okay. You need to understand this. These are two different things actually. Okay, right? So import, just take the data, okay, from your database and create a local copy so that you can work with it locally. But SQL query here is actually the query that will pull the data. Okay, and this SQL statement will not be executed in Power BI. It will still be executed in the database. Get it? So even if
Okay.
you use import, okay, the SQL statement will still be executed in your database, not in Power BI. Okay?
Okay, the gateway setup should be set up on the Power BI service level as well then.
Yes, okay,
Okay,
correct.
okay,
Okay.
understood. Thank you.
But usually when you are working with your report, you might want to work with local copy because okay, data updates may not be that important during development of your report. But after you publish it, you might want to change the connectivity mode because you want to always ensure your report has the latest data, correct, right? So during development, you use import, but before you publish, you can change it to direct query. So that when you publish it to service, it always gets the latest data from your database instead of local copy. Did you get it?
Okay, understood.
Okay,
Thank you.
right. Okay, next, share button should be able to share PowerPoint. To PowerPoint is a bit different. Okay, so just to quickly show you how you can add it to PowerPoint. So this is my PowerPoint. Click blank presentation. Uh, okay, so here you need to go to add-ins. No, this is not the one. Okay, insert. Okay, insert, and then you go to Power BI. Okay, you might want to resize it. Okay, and then here you need to get the link of your report actually. Okay, this is how you actually share the report to your to PowerPoint actually. Okay, but let me just get the link first. So the link you need to go to your Power BI service. This is the report. Okay, sorry, is this a report? Yes. Okay, so share here, copy link, this one, copy it, and then switch back to my PowerPoint, paste it here, insert, and I still loading. And this is how it's actually going to be added to your PowerPoint actually. Okay, right? So if you go to service and if you click share, here you see there's only options for you to send the link actually. And if you click on the report, there's also share there. Okay, right, that's still loading. Okay, if you click share here again, right? So that's a PowerPoint, but here is actually just the link. Okay, just the link, and then in the PowerPoint you need to add or insert. Power BI here. That's how you add it to your PowerPoint actually. Okay. Right. Right. I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for attending my class today. Sorry, it's a bit rushing towards the end. So maybe next time we can actually try not to make it on Friday. Olivia? Right? Because of time constraint actually. So thank you everyone once again. If you have any questions after this, okay, you can try out the steps, okay, slowly this time, okay, so that you can read all the descriptions. If you have any question, feel free to drop me an email actually. Okay, I will try to assist you, assist from there actually. So thank you everyone. Okay, have a good weekend and stay safe. Okay, and happy exploring Power BI. All right, thank you. Okay, have a good weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye bye.
You too.